It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Monday, January 2nd. I'm Michael Groff. The 2016 climate data is in for the Valley, and we finished the year tied for the third warmest year on record. Now, keep in mind, that's 120 years of climate data here for the Phoenix area. And with just 6.19 inches of rain, it was also the 44th driest year on record. We were almost 2 inches below where we should be rainfall-wise. So what does 2017 hold in store for us? Well, let's look outside right now and find out a little bit. Partly to mostly cloudy skies here in the Valley right now at 10:30 a.m., sitting at 52 degrees right now at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 41, relative humidity 66%. The winds are light and the barometer is rising. Temperatures around the area this morning, mainly in the upper 40s to mid-50s. Plenty of clouds in the satellite picture. This looks fairly ominous, but most of these are mid and high-level clouds around here. Further to the west, over towards Southern California and just off the coast, some lower clouds there. A few showers around Los Angeles, Santa Barbara. Points north and west from there, but that should stay far away from us. On the watch warning map, severe weather the problem in parts of southeast Texas this morning. Severe thunderstorm watches, tornado watches, severe thunderstorm warnings, all sorts of a mess down there. Some dense fog advisories, those are expiring this morning. And flash flood watches along the Gulf Coast as well. Up north, it's winter weather that's the problem for Iowa, Minnesota, the Dakotas, Montana, and back through the Cascades and the Sierra. On the convective outlook, an enhanced risk of severe weather today for parts of Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi. And I'll tell you what, those areas could see all types of severe weather today. Damaging winds, large hail, and even a few significant tornadoes possible, especially in that enhanced risk. But the standard slight risk extends from as far west as Port Arthur, Texas, to Tallahassee, Florida, Birmingham, Alabama, Tupelo, Mississippi, all included in that, and then a marginal risk surrounding that. As far as our weather goes, let's talk about that. No severe weather here, but we'll take a look at the models and see what we can find as we look at the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time today. It's a cold upper trough in the Pacific Northwest. And around here, plenty of clouds around today as we're on the southern end of that system with pretty deep westerly flow here. But for the most part, we should be dry. Now, just because we're dry doesn't mean we don't have the possibility, the ever so slightest of chances of a very light shower someplace around the state today, maybe even here in the Valley. But I'll tell you what, that is a very small concern, not even going to mention it as a significant chance or a percentage chance. No measurable rain expected today or tonight. But we will be partly sunny, highs in the low 60s this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy, will be fairly mild relative for early January, with lows mainly in the 40s and low 50s. Tomorrow, we're partly cloudy to start the day. We'll see some clouds increase by late in the day and Tuesday night time frame. And again, tomorrow, I think we are going to be a little bit warmer, highs in the mid-60s, but there is that ever so slightest of chances of a very light shower someplace, especially toward the afternoon and evening hours and overnight Tuesday. So keep that in mind, but again, not going to be a measurable rain type of scenario. But don't be surprised if you might see a sprinkle, perhaps. Wednesday, we're partly sunny. High temps, upper 60s to near 70. On Thursday, Pacific weather disturbances continue to pass us by to the north. An area of high pressure tries to build in from the south, and the latest GFS suggests we'll be well on up into the 70s. The 12Z run prints us out at 74. I don't think we get that warm, but we could be. We could certainly be above 70, so that's something to consider. The models diverge a bit out here as we go toward Friday. I think we're just partly sunny with high temps mainly in the upper 60s to about 70. On Saturday, we start to see a pretty good low well off the Pacific Northwest coast, just west of Vancouver Island there. Sub 1,000 millibar low. Plenty of rain along most of the entirety of the west coast, from San Diego all the way up to Seattle and points north. But we should stay fairly dry, maybe a few high clouds, high temps, right about 70, maybe even the low 70s, especially if we can get some southwesterly flow going here, some warm air advection. On Sunday, that low off the west coast deepens further. It sags a little bit further to the south. That's a 978 millibar low to the west of Portland. But we still look pretty dry here. High temps mainly in the low 70s. And this is a week from today, Monday, January 9th. Very deep low off the Pacific Northwest coast. And some of the models suggest this may affect us, and some have suggested it will not. The European keeps it at bay, although the European is a colder solution for us. The GFS is warmer. and has been more aggressive, although the 12Z run not nearly as much. In fact, it keeps most of the energy to our north. And if this is right, temperatures may cool off a bit towards seasonal normals, upper 60s to near 70, but I think we would stay dry. And this is Tuesday, the 10th of January. Same thing. Low moves off to the north. Generally dry westerly flow here. And temperatures near seasonal normals, maybe just a hair above, upper 60s to about 70. And this is the end of the forecast period, Wednesday, January 11th. And again, we look to stay fairly dry here in the southwest, but understand that the models have been flip-flopping quite a bit out here. You know how it is. If you watch our videos with any regularity, when you start getting out here toward 8, 9, 10 days, it's just witchcraft. It's the land of make-believe. All right, temperatures through the period off the GFS ensemble, pretty much near normal this week, relatively speaking. Bit warmer by this weekend, especially if that southwesterly flow sets up as advertised, that warm air advection. And then next week, a bit of uncertainty, but it looks like temperatures should remain relatively close to normal. And that's a look at the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. Our next video back here tomorrow morning. Thanks as always so much for watching. Have a great Monday.